Although young Sheldon has countless unforgettable one-liners, the Big Bang Theory spinoff had at least one quote every season that truly defined the show and its characters. By young Sheldon's finale, the Big Bang Theory spinoff had outgrown its origins as an extension of the hit sitcom. Characters like Sheldon's father, George Sr., and his mentor, Dr. Sturgis, had become as popular among viewers as the Big Bang Theory's Stuart or Leslie Winkle. Meanwhile, the family sitcom had proven just as quotable as its hangout show predecessor. Young Sheldon's spin-off Georgie and Mandy's first marriage has big shoes to fill. Fortunately, if young Sheldon's success is any metric, the upcoming sitcom will be able to win over viewers. Even though young Sheldon was set decades before the Big Bang Theory, transplanted its action from California to Texas, and switched formats, the sitcom's characters still soon won over viewers. Young Sheldon's cast of characters was what made the series work, from the rebellious Meemaw to Sheldon's well-meaning but impulsive brother Georgie. A look back on each season's best quote proves how much character comedy was the foundation that underpinned all of young Sheldon's success, from its pilot to the series final. 7. I'm ahead of my time. All right, call me when you catch up. Season 1, Episode 6, A Patch, a Modem, and a Zantac. Season 1, Episode 6, A Patch, a Modem, and a Zantac, saw Sheldon dismissed by a visiting NASA scientist who refused to take his suggestions seriously. Undeterred, the ever-confident Sheldon visited the Johnson Space Center with his supportive father George Sr. in tow. There, he was informed that his plans were theoretically valid, but the technology required to put his ideas into action did not exist yet. His confidence renewed, Sheldon uttered the unforgettable quote that set his oversized ego in stone for future outings of the show. Self-centered egotism eventually became Sheldon's biggest Big Bang Theory character flaw, but in this early young Sheldon outing, it was entirely justified. Although young Sheldon's title character was always pretty self-assured, he also struggled with confidence like any other kid. What made this quote from A Patch, a Modem, and a Zantac so great was its glimpse of Sheldon's future self, a character whose brazen self-certainty often got him into trouble. Self-centered egotism eventually became Sheldon's biggest Big Bang Theory character flaw, but in this early young Sheldon outing, it was entirely justified. Sheldon's discovery that he was right, but the world simply wasn't ready for him, was a major reassurance for a character so often isolated and mocked. 6. They're not temper tantrums. He just has strong opinions. Season 2, Episode 5, A Research Study and Czechoslovakian Wedding Pastries. Although Sheldon got a hard time from his classmates, teachers, his community, and even his own family members at times, that does not mean the show's hero had no one in his corner. Young Sheldon's Mary was fiercely protective of her child prodigy son, defending Sheldon both when he needed her help and when he was entirely in the wrong. Mary remained Sheldon's greatest support throughout the Big Bang Theory, putting aside their differing beliefs to coddle her son even as he entered his 30s. This was contextualized in Season 2, Episode 5, A Research Study and Czechoslovakian Wedding Pastries. When Missy and Sheldon partake in a scientific study of twins, Mary is quick to dismiss George Sr.'s mention of Sheldon's frequent tantrums. According to Mary, these are merely strong opinions, a euphemism that highlights just how much Sheldon's mother strains to defend him even from his own family. Mary's role in Georgie and Mandy's spinoff will be interesting as it is the first time viewers have seen her without Sheldon, and defending her son was a full-time job in both earlier shows. 5. That's okay. You're still my dad, and I'm genetically obligated to love you. Season 3, Episode 7, Pongo Pygmaeus and a Culture that Encourages Spitting. In Pongo Pygmaeus and a Culture that Encourages Spitting, Sheldon starts an online flame war on the early internet with the support of his colleague and mentor, Dr. Sturgis. Sheldon and Sturgis' exchanges regarding highly scientific, terminology-heavy insults to lob at other academics almost warrant a mention here. But it is his response to George Sr. in conversation that perfectly encapsulates their fraught dynamic. When George Sr. admits to Sheldon that he doesn't understand a word of his technical jargon, Sheldon tells him he loves him regardless during one of the pair's sweeter exchanges.